Men's Basketball Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome, everybody. 93.7 The Ticket postgame show. Huskers win it 82-63 over a scrappy Illinois team. A necessary win, a big win. We are live at the Home and Garden Show. Lancaster Event Center will be here until 8 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow we'll be here from 10 to 3. We will have the premiere of the Pipeline Show tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Jay Former will be here tomorrow. We'll have some volleyball players here tomorrow. We'll have swimming and diving tomorrow. So stop by. We're in Pavilion 1, row number 2. Looking for the folks here at Culligan's Water of Lincoln. We want to thank them for allowing us to piggyback what they're doing and be present here. We also want to thank folks from Beatrice Bakery who have allowed us to provide goodies to all of the attendees here. The story today was simple. It was the reemergence and re-elevation of Jazz Shelley. 21.6 rebounds, 5 of them defensive rebounds to go along with 2 assists for Jazz. 19 points for Izzy Bourne. That was necessary to see. 12 off the bench for Bella Cravens in her best performance in months. 12 points and 11 rebounds for her, 3 of them offensive. They got 4 offensive rebounds by Sam Hybe to go along with her 10 points, 8 rebounds as a total. But 4 of them offensive, and those were key offensive opportunities for Huskers. They needed those rebounds to get those possessions and to get things going. The numbers will tell you one story. I'm paying attention to another stat. Jazz Shelley had struggled the last couple of games. What we found today that Jazz was finding her rhythm again. She looked like the player that she was in December and January, and it was great to see. She was 8 of 17 from the floor, 5 of 13 from 3. Again, the 6 rebounds, 2 assists. We're still a little concerned about the 4 turnovers, but with that sort of high ball usage from Jazz Shelley, we're not really going to have that much of a problem with it. You got 15 minutes from Allison Widener. She gave you 6 points off the bench. She was 0 for 1 from beyond the arc, but the 6 points were vital, especially the other night when Ashley Scoggin and Alexis Markowski got in foul trouble early. Changed the rotation that Amy Williams had to use today. It looked a little different. Markowski with 7 points and 7 rebounds, not her usual numbers, but her minutes were cut from the 30 that she had been playing to 22 tonight with all of that. Bob, I see you back there, brother. I see you got your head on. Give me your first take. What did you see tonight? Yeah, this is a huge bounce back. 18-6 improves that index that they're going to need going into the tournament. It's also a plus heading into the Big Ten tournament. They needed to bounce back, and now the schedule starts to look a little more interesting. Amy Williams with a career high 21 wins in the season. Well, now that number is back in view, and she has an opportunity to get this team to 21 wins plus as they improve to 18-6. The numbers from top to bottom, they were 28 of 63 from the field. 44%. They'll be okay with that. They want better. 9 of 33 from beyond the arc, 27%, 17 of 20 from the free throw line. We're good with that number, but we still need to pay attention that in Big Ten play, this Husker women's basketball team has to shoot effectively from 3 in order for them to have the dances they want. Once again, successful, winning the rebound battle, 43-31. 13 offensive boards once again. It's fascinating to me. I've watched this team for 24 games, and I still don't know how they're as effective as they are on the boards. It's pretty remarkable to watch that this team continually beats people up on the rebounds. It's pretty incredible to watch.
Well, yeah, and you know, that can come from we talk about, you know, a lot of sometimes they get necessarily high for the most basically up there, a lot of the effort and the box out. They didn't play, you know, good basketball. Just for a game to game through by Carson. We're always just about rebounds to do it. Rebounds. They weren't over your whole thing calling the box with the night field. That's just always set yourself up.
Well, the largest lead was 23, and then Illinois seemed to find some rhythm late in the fourth quarter. But look, their ability to finish is what. Look, that's the difference maker between what this team was last year and what they're doing this year. When friction happens, this team regroups, regathers, and figures out a way. Again, my big fear was Markowski getting in foul trouble. She had 4. It cut her minutes. But Bella Cravens gave you a double-double off the bench. This was the captain that we were looking for Bella to step up, give you 12 points, 11 rebounds off the bench. And as a matter of fact, she was a great facilitator from the top of the key. So when Bella gives you that, this team has an opportunity to do really well. And again, Huskers led it from opening tip to the end of the game. It got a little close, but that's okay. They finished with a 19-point win. But to see Jess Shelley in her element again, she looked like December and January Jess Shelley. What'd you see?
Yeah, it's good to see her out there, you know, working up again. I mean, she's always been pretty productive, even when she's down a little bit, right? But to get that effort out of her, especially when they had her coming off the bench today, I mean, that's what you want, right? That's what you want to see off the bench is some production there, and she can give that to you. It was just good to see her kind of back hitting those shots, right? I mean, she's kind of been taking them the last few games. Of course, there's been some better opponents that they've been going up against, but 3 for 22 the last 2 games out. She comes back with an 8 for 16 tonight. Hopefully gets her back on track. And when she's going, she's obviously confident to shoot it. So it's fun to see her attack out there.
Bach, pretty interesting. Let me ask you this. If we said before the season that this team is 18-6 going into Monday's game, we'd all be throwing confetti, wouldn't we?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and they're in the point. I mean, I like this next game, too. Very important. It's the last time, kind of big-time opponent in the Big Ten. Those other games are going to be important, too. I mean, I'm not discounting that. But as far as a top 25 win, revenge coming up, this is a big one. It's definitely a position Nebraska wants to be in. Start kind of, mid-tier in the Big Ten, 500. They got back to that today. Now it's hopefully time to just keep crawling up there. But you're right. They're in a good position. I mean, this is what you ask for as any fan, is to be in position to make the tournament, whether it's men's or women's basketball, and they put themselves squarely up for that as long as they can finish what they've been doing.
DP, we're here live at the Home and Garden Show, Lancaster Event Center. Bach back in studio running the board. Huskers win it 82-63. And here's the identity of this team is starting to be reformed, because as Maryland and Iowa start to body up on Nebraska, Nebraska's starting to play more physical. My concern is that they don't try to go to the level of physicality that they're facing, because this is where Markowski gets in foul trouble. This is where Scoggin gets in foul trouble. They've got to be a little bit concerned about playing against physical teams that try to take away their advantage. Their advantage is ball movement in space. I know they have to be physical in order to go far into the Big Ten tournament, but I don't want them to be too physical. It's not in their DNA.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, you got to kind of stick to what you can do. But I mean, it's the Big Ten. Some teams are going to force that upon you. They did have some foul trouble again today, able to overcome that. But it's almost unavoidable sometimes in this conference. It feels like, but hopefully they can keep it going. I mean, the ball movement was really nice today again. So they played their game for the most part today, and we'll see if they can kind of hope that. I mean, that's the goal for any team, right? Is to keep to play your game and your style when you're going up against your opponent. But it's maybe easier said than done, and certainly easier against Illinois than it is against some of these other opponents.
We paid attention to the young Huskers. Like we wanted to see, what does Markowski do when friction happens? What happens when Allison Widener has to come off and give them meaningful minutes when it matters? What happens when Moriarty does her work? Look, Bach, I think they're no longer rookies. I think they've evolved into Big Ten basketball players.
Oh, yeah, and it's cool, too, even, because they've been relying so much on Alexis Markowski, so it's kind of cool to see her, it's never cool to see anybody have an off night, but, not with that foul trouble and stuff, not really being as needed tonight and kind of let those other players blossom, because you can get it from her when they really need it to, or, if the game, like you said, maybe becomes a little bit more physical, that's where they're go-to her, but, these, especially at this point in the season, you hope everybody, kind of the freshman excuse I guess, out the door, but sometimes there's still that freshman wall, and it doesn't look like they're hitting it.
Yeah, that wall is real. The freshman wall is real. You guys can add to the conversation on the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln Hotline. You can call in as well if you want to participate. You can jump on the Starter Heyman live video stream. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, see what's going on. You can also see what's going on here at the Lancaster Event Center. The Home and Garden Show is busy. It's flowing. It's been a good morning so far. We had we had bowling folks here earlier, volleyball folks last night. Tomorrow's going to be a big day here. But teams have figured out in the Big Ten that they want to apply pressure and to try to get Nebraska's women out of their normal rhythm by giving them back pressure. How do you think they handled today, boy?
Oh, well, I think it was pretty solid. You look at you could use improvement, right? I mean, they did have 14 turnovers, probably not what you're looking for. Again, I always love the fact that they make four for how much they share once they, get past that fourth. But, it's every team, it's not a complete team. Nebraska, if they were, you might be see them rising up the rankings a little bit more, but it's just a work in progress. And as proud as we are, they still have some things that they have to overcome. And I think they did solid today. Maybe it's good in a game like this to get that look. Once they have the lead, and it's something that a lot of teams maybe scouting are going to try to get for them moving forward. So I think they have the people in place to probably do better than they did today to a degree. But that's it. It's a work in progress.
The number that really jumped out to me: Nebraska only hit 5 fast break points tonight. Now, I'm not sure with the three-guard system that Amy uses that 5 points of transition is going to do well by them come Big Ten tournament time. But that number is one you have to circle. They've got to be more effective in transition headed down the stretch.
It's awfully impressive, too, when you look back at it to score 82 points and 77 from a half-court offense.
Bro, I was looking at it going, wait a minute. I wanted to be mad over it. But then it told me how effective they were in the first 2 quarters. Yeah. Right? They were shooting at a 56% clip, and they finished at 44 plus. But look, give Illinois some credit for their ability to adjust. But I just kind of felt weird that, look, don't pull up when you go into your press break, attack the basket. This team's going to have to do well in the Big Ten.
Yeah, especially with the free throw numbers that they were shooting tonight on the season. It's never bad as if you're at home, especially to go to the rack and try to get the call. You're going to get more of them than on the road.
Well, Bach, I also found this interesting. It's been a minute since Nebraska's led from tip to horn. Right? And for them, the tidal wave that we rode today was interesting to watch because this team's identity is when it gets in trouble, defend harder. And when you're in foul trouble and you need to hit the defensive button, today is what it's going to look like. You're going to have waves and runs. I'm glad Nebraska got through.
Yeah, I mean it's basketball, right? You're gonna have those moments. You're gonna have to. I think Strick always kind of says is even when you get down, this may be more from the Illinois side of things. You're down 12, try to get down to 8 by the next break or whatever. And so even when you're up though, I mean you still have those goals to move forward. And like you said, Illinois did a good job adjusting. And if this was just a second half game, they'd be right there in it. But Nebraska breaking out to that early lead, that's also what you want to see. So maybe you'd like to see Nebraska gain more of an advantage at that point, but it's hard to replicate, the necessity to do it. And with that big of a lead, maybe they didn't feel that way.
Well, Amy's got this dilemma because you're not sure which five is going to be on the floor when it matters most. And today, you certainly, in your game plan, it's not that Bella Craven is going to lead you in the most crucial moments of the ballgame. You weren't sure if Jazz Shelley was going to give you what she gave you. You weren't sure that Sam was going to step up. Look, you had five Huskers in double figures. A double-double from Craven. Moriarty, I was a little surprised because I thought the minutes were a little low. Kendall Coley came in and did what we need for Kendall Coley to do, which is scramble things up and make it work. But I do want to circle. You won a game by almost 20, and Barkowski only gave you 7 points and 7 rebounds. I think this is another lesson situation for her as well.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, she is a freshman, so I mean, there's foul trouble, stuff like that's going to pop up for you. But I think it's just good to see some of these other players stepping up because they have been riding her and needing her quite a bit. And, that's good. I mean, eventually that's what you want. And that's what you want from one of the leaders of your team. What is it, 4? Yeah, I think it's 5, maybe 6 now. Big Ten freshman of the week. But there's going to be days when your best players aren't available or in foul trouble, and to step up and win, not just to win, but win big. Certainly a good sign for the Huskers.
The thing that I'm going to circle as well, and I'm going to highlight it, the reemergence of Izzy Bourne on a 19.7 rebound night on the road in the Big Ten after she struggled. That rotation of bigs has been interesting. I was slightly surprised. What's the word on Ani Stewart? Have you heard anything about her playing or not playing?
I have to look it up. I did not see anything yet.
Yeah, I just she didn't play. And I didn't know if there was something behind that. But Izzy gave you 19 points in 31 minutes. I want to go through the shooting because I think it's important. Scoggin went 1 for 7 from 3. Izzy went 2 for 5. Sam went 1 for 4. Ruby Porter came off the bench and was 0 for 2. 0 for 1 for Moriarty, 1 for Widener. And then there's Jazz Shelley going 5 for 13. Still not the type of shooting we expect from this Husker women's team. Are you concerned at all about this, the way this team shoots the long ball as we head into the kind of the deep water of the Big Ten?
Yeah, I mean, a bit of a concern. Like I said, they're not the perfect team, so they kind of have these up and down nights. Still, 35% from beyond the arc for the year, just 27% tonight. Certainly could be better, but when they start hitting it, then I mean they're a really tough team to beat, as is anybody, I suppose. But certainly fun to watch. But again, you got to look at just the impressiveness of all the other things kind of making up for that. Where again, to get to 82 points without fast break points, without necessarily draining threes left and right. This team is very effective at getting points one way or the other. So yeah, I mean, hopefully they can get it going, and maybe they could have inched closer to 100 today if they were hitting a few more of them. But still, they're going to put them up. They did put up a lot of them, hit 9 of them ultimately. That's a lot of points. Still 27 points from beyond the arc tonight. You'd like to see it at a higher range. And certainly some games it's going to hurt you if you don't get there. But they've still got shooters that I would, enough of them that if I'm an opposing, scout or opposing coach, I'd be worried about them. I wouldn't, that'd be something I would be worried about coming in to play the Huskers.
Quick recap: 21 points for Jazz Shelley on 17 attempts, 19 for Izzy Bourne on 12 attempts. Then you bounce down to Bella Craven, who was very efficient. 12 points, 6 shot attempts for Bella Craven to go along with her 11 rebounds. That's spectacular enough. Sam Heidi 10, 8, and 5. She's a stat stuffer night. It was good for her to see her kind of bounce back and get that work. 7 from Markowski, 6 for Allison Widener, 5 for Ashley Scoggins, and then 2 for Kendall Coley off the bench. Brock, let's go to break. When we come back, look, I want to reset. It's a pretty cool event going on down here at the event center. We'll toward the break. Listen to the Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Now what do we do? Football is over. Weather's crappy. Man, I tell you what, it's the perfect time to go car shopping. This is Carl from Price Right Auto. Come out to Price Right West Elm and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. With our non-commissioned sales process, we let you control the sale. We won't let you get a lemon since we back every one of our vehicles with a peace of mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. Come see a great selection of affordable used cars on West O Street at Price Right Auto.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric ensures our home and office HVAC systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
And now more Straight Talk from Straight Talk. The big wireless companies say they're the only way to get the best coverage.
Because they've got like a gajillion cell towers?
Something like that. But Straight Talk Wireless runs on those same towers, so you get the same great networks for up to 50% less.
I wonder if they're counting that one in Kickapoo, Kansas.
Oh boy. Switch today and get our unlimited plan for just $45 a month with 25 gigs at high speeds and no contract. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise.
Savings may vary. See straighttalk.com.
Allstate now has deeper savings, and deeper savings require deep thoughts and a deep voice, like mine. Save for being a new customer. Save more for adding DriveWise, and save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. As someone once said, saving today is money tomorrow. That's deep.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an option. Features savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Today on Hey Culligan, why does your team stink? Here's Coach Waters.
Hey Culligan, yeah, my team stinks.
Ooh, harsh.
No, I mean they stink. They won't hit the showers because it makes their skin all dry and itchy.
Coach, it sounds like your guys been hit hard by hard water.
You kidding me? Hard water?
Yep, so let's call an audible in the form of one Culligan Smart High Efficiency Water Softener to get the smooth back in their skin and the stink out of your team.
Okay, Culligan, I'm putting you in.
Coach, we're already on the way. Go to CulliganLincoln.com and schedule your free water test today.
You need a place to watch the big game. You don't want to host at your place, and you don't know what friend's house to invite yourself over to. Join 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for Bengals Rams. Enjoy great food and drink, plus a chance to win great prizes. If you simply show up, you'll have a chance to win free prizes. You just have to be there when your ticket is home. What's better than great food, drinks, and prizes? Hang with us for the big game on Sunday, February 13th at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
Now back to the Husker women's basketball postgame show on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back. We are live from the Lancaster Event Center, the Home and Garden Show. Deep lead box back in studio. Huskers win it 82-63 over Illinois and sets themselves up for a pretty big ball game Monday night. They are now 18-6. Prime position, I believe they're half game out of number 6 spot in the Big Ten Conference. Actually, no, they may be tied now because Michigan State lost to Indiana today. So that helps. That puts them in a tie. It makes that thing all much bigger. So this thing keeps evolving. I love the way they bounce back and got things done today. But Bach, for Amy Williams and this team, how important do you think it will be to get a win Monday? Do you think that 18-6 and beating the teams they should beat, rather than beating the top-ranked players that the teams they face? What do you think? How do they go with the Monday game?
Well, obviously, I mean, they do have the big victory over Michigan earlier this year, so that's kind of the outlier of getting the big win. But I mean, they were close against Indiana on the road, and now you have them coming in at home, coming off a win. So you hope that they have, some confidence there. Certainly, maybe would have seen a better outing against Maryland, but I mean, against Ohio State, they were pretty close against Iowa, within 10, and pretty close each time they played them. So it's not like they have to drastically change things against these big time opponents. They're right there, like we said, pushed over the edge against Michigan. So hopefully, especially having played Indiana closely already on the road, have the confidence to come in and get that win on BTN on Valentine's Day. So maybe a little bit of extra motivation to play on a holiday.
Yeah, that's Black History Month Jersey Day for the Huskers as well. So they're excited. Like, I didn't know this. Ashley Schuyler told me this the other day, that this is the first time she will play for Nebraska and have her name on the back of her jersey. The women's program does not put names on the back of the jersey. I had never noticed that.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either. I mean, I suppose.
Right, so she said, I was joking. Well, I'm expecting that Black History Month jersey. She goes, no, it's the only one I'm ever going to have that'll have my name on it. So I lose out to that. The Hoosiers come to town, and they just knocked off Michigan State 76-58. The numbers are pretty impressive. As you look at Berger, gave them 29 points on 17 shots. 29.7 rebounds, 3 assists for Berger. They also got some numbers off the bench from Moore McNeil. 3 of the other 4 starters, all in double digits. They shot the ball at 43%, 35 from beyond the arc. Michigan State struggled with their stroke, didn't shoot the ball well at any particular department. So they will come to town 17-3, 9-1 in the Big Ten Conference, and Nebraska will have the opportunity to reset the entire Big Ten Conference in the women's side of the ball with a win at PBA against Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, they're the top-ranked team in the Big Ten. So, it's no doubt a big challenge, and I don't think it's anything less than that. They've beaten, their only losses this year, the 3 of them that they have were top 10 opponents at the time. They've got several victories over, top 10 opponents, top 25 opponents. So, I mean, this is about as good as it gets at the Big Ten. But again, Nebraska played them close on the road. So I think they have that confidence. They also, like we said, beat Michigan earlier. That's the number 2 team in the Big Ten. They're not going to be fearful of this competition, and maybe, probably not because of how good Indiana is, but maybe after a couple of victories that they had that were, pretty big margins, they won't come out right out of the gate ready to go. Nebraska can jump into another lead. We'll see if that turns out to be the case.
Yeah, the previous game, Markowski led the way with 17 points and 7 boards. They got 15 and 9 for Jazz Shelley, 10 and 4 for Sam Hyde, and then they had 4 other players between 4 and 7 points. But this was another one where they didn't particularly shoot the ball well, especially from 3. They were 11 of 18 from the free throw line. I thought they could do a better job from the floor. But Berger had the night there. Grace Berger put up 22 points and 7 boards against the Huskers. And that one, 17, 13, and 10 for 3 of the other 4 starters. So they're familiar. It was a 7-point loss there in Bloomington. I think you're right in that they feel pretty good about the way they match against Indiana. This will be a game of who executes the most when it matters.
Yeah, we talked about, again, rebounding will be a big key battle there. I mean, it's really impressive when you go up and down some of the stats in the Big Ten where Nebraska falls in a lot of these lists in a lot of categories. Their defense has been good at all year. Opponent quality goals. A lot of it lines up with what they were doing again today. So, I mean, Nebraska just scouting for them. They look to be a tough matchup, so it's hard to imagine that they're going to get overlooked. I suppose we're at a point where you want to be in the program, right? Is where teams aren't counting you as a victor and they're prepared for you. Maybe it's nice to kind of get to kind of surprise people and get that big win, or get a big quarter going because they're not ready for you. But the goal eventually for Amy Williams in this program is to get up to the respectability level of where you're going to get everybody's best shot, and I think they're pretty close to that. I know that they have the Big Ten's attention.
Yeah, they got Maryland's attention. And Maryland made a point. Hey, we're gonna send a message out. That's been the thing. Teams have figured out that Nebraska's finesse and their ability to move the ball, their willingness to move the ball. Well, now they've got to muddy things up and get physical with them. Markowski has to figure out how to play in these types of games without committing fouls, taking her minutes, and having to share them. Once she figures that out, this team is a real threat. But when she got 4 fouls, they had to change their rotation. It affected the way they play.
Yeah, no doubt it will. I mean, again, it just goes to the level of effectiveness that she is, and they don't really have, that's their starting center. They don't, everybody else kind of listen as a forward for their big, so that's their big. And so you got to kind of change what you do based off that around her. But again, I'm impressed by the way they were able to kind of deal with that. It's probably good to kind of test that. And I know they've kind of had it before to a degree, but test the foul problem, test the, not having Markowski there as often as you'd want to be in a blowout type of scenario rather than in a close game. Either it's going to happen eventually, but they'll be better prepared for it down the line because of today.
Yeah, the previous meeting against Indiana, Jazz Shelley had 6 turnovers in that ball pressure. Sam had 4, 3 from Ashley Scoggin, 3 from Allison Weiner. That pressure led to 19 Husker turnovers. Look, it's a short turnaround for getting a big win here on the road, and then you come home and you have one day to prepare yourself for a team that's going to throw full court pressure at you and try to shake things up. It'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I'm just going through the stats for Markowski. I believe this is the first time they've actually got a win with her with 4 fouls. Of course, against the better team, she's kind of picking up those fouls, and maybe is getting kind of an idea that she can get in foul trouble pretty quickly if they're physical with her. But I think this is the first time they've gotten across the finish line with a W with her with 4 fouls, and it's been 5 other times this year where they didn't get the victory. So again, it's kind of a learning process. This is in conference season, by the way. She was kind of in foul trouble a few times earlier.
Yeah, we don't count those.
Yeah, not anymore.
We don't count those. We don't need to worry about that. Yeah, so I think what we can do is get comfortable, and this team will have a presence in the Big Ten tournament. We can actually dream of going 2 games into the tournament, maybe 3 based on matchups. And matchups will kind of tell us how this thing plays out. So we'll figure out how this thing works. I think Monday's a huge game, not only for the program, but for the young ladies in the program as they start to find out their identity. Look, the women Huskers have an opportunity to go far in the dance. Monday will tell us a little bit more about what we want to know from Amy Williams in this group. So let's throw the break. We're going to spin the wheel and go forward and look at the men's game tomorrow and see what happens. What do we expect as Iowa stands waiting for Fred Hoiberg and this Huskers basketball team? We'll do that when we come back to the post.
You need a place to watch the big game. You don't want to host at your place, and you don't know what friend's house to invite yourself over to. Join 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for Bengals Rams and enjoy great food and drink, plus the chance to win great prizes. If you simply show up, you'll have a chance to win free prizes. You just have to be there when your ticket is called. What's better than great food, drinks, and prizes? Hang with us for the big game on Sunday, February 13th at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
Plumbing, heating, air, and electric right here in Nebraska. Systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services you can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
From Straight Talk, the big wireless companies say they're the only way to get the best coverage.
Because they've got like a gajillion cell towers?
Something like that. But Straight Talk Wireless runs on those same towers, so you get the same great networks for up to 50% less.
I wonder if they're counting that one in Kickapoo, Kansas.
Switch today and get our unlimited plan for just $45 a month with 25 gigs at high speeds and no contract. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise.
Savings may vary. See straighttalk.com.
Allstate now has deeper savings, and deeper savings require deep thoughts and a deep voice, like mine. Save for being a new customer. Save more for adding DriveWise, and save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. As someone once said, saving today is money tomorrow. That's deep.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on undecided Missouri rabbis is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Now what do? Football is over. The weather's crappy. Man, I tell you what, it's a perfect time to go car shopping. This is Carl from Price Right Auto. Come out to Price Right in West Elk and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. With our non-commissioned sales process, we let you control the sale. We won't let you get a lemon since we back every one of our vehicles with our peace of mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. Come see a great selection of affordable used cars on West Elk Street at Price Right Auto.
Today on Hey Culligan, why does your team stink? Here's Coach Waters.
Hey, Culligan. Yeah, my team stinks.
Harsh.
No, I mean, they stink. They won't hit the showers because it makes their skin all dry and itchy.
Coach, it sounds like your guys have been hit hard by hard water.
You kidding me? Hard water?
Yep, so let's call an audible in the form of one Culligan Smart High Efficiency Water Softener to get the smooth back in their skin and the stink out of your team.
Okay, Culligan, I'm putting you in.
Coach, we're already on the way. Go to CulliganLincoln.com and schedule your free water test today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide price and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Now back to the Husker women's basketball postgame show on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back. Huskers win it over Illinois 82-63. Fine performance by Jen Shelley and Izzy Bourne to lead the way for the Huskers. As they elevate to 18-6. Lots to talk about. Bach, thank you for getting this thing through. We're at the Lancaster Event Center. From the Golden Show, we'll be here today until 8 tonight. Tomorrow, we'll be here from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll have a couple of live shows actually from here before we head over to Buffalo Wings Rings for the Super Bowl party and get together over there. Good stuff all around. 424-645-665. Starting with the text line. Honda Lincoln Hotline. Brock, this team, the Huskers men's team gets a win, and then here's a weird lineup. This is their first meeting against Iowa, and they're going to play Iowa twice in the next 4 ball games. Like, this is it's a weird scheduling glitch. I don't understand how you have two border states who don't play each other until February, and then put them back to back to get things through. Is that? Am I wrong in thinking that's a little bizarre? That's not the norm.
Yeah, I'd rather not see it that way. I kind of like, especially an early season matchup with your rival, can kind of get you the feel. Okay, the Big Ten's here, and then the late season one, that's always good too. To have them so close together, I agree. I mean, I don't necessarily like the feel. It's not usually doesn't seem like it's done this way, but I guess that's the way they scheduled it up this year. And sometimes I think maybe Nebraska's not the first team they think of when they think about the perfect scheduling. So maybe that's part of what kind of blended in here.
This is a weird Hawkeye team. So Keegan Murray is the straw that stirs the drink for them. 22 points plus a game. Chris Murray comes in at 10. They got Patrick McCaffrey at 11. All Husker fans know how much we universally all disdain, have much disdain for the young man. I don't know if it's style of play, his last name, not real sure. Bach, what is it? Why is it folks crinkle their nose when the name McCaffrey is spoken?
Yeah, well, you've kind of dealt with a few of them in the past, and you've got 2 of them again on this team. Of course, the sons of the head coach there, and he can be kind of frustrating and easy to poke at it sometimes. I mean, he's kind of kind of be an angry type of guy over there on the sideline, so he's kind of to poke fun at. But yeah, I mean, those guys are play well for, and Patrick especially, he's averaging second on the team in scoring. Keegan Murray's a walking bucket. I don't know how Nebraska's going to stop him. Not many teams have been able to do so. And then there's Jordan Bohannon, who's coming off Iowa record 10 threes. Feels like Jordan Roy Hannon's been there for 6 years, and I think it's because he has. He just continues to do this. He actually had a shootout at one point in time with Glenn Watson when Nebraska basketball was in the top 25. That feels like eons ago. Because
Was he on the 9-year program?
I think he is. I think he's in his 6th year at least. And just hit 10 threes. I mean, he's been hitting threes every year.
This is one I was kind of looking at the matchup, trying to figure out. Okay, what does Fred do? Does he put Trey in that space and kind of move things around? Does he have Bryce in his length? What is it? Lat and his size? What do you think Fred does?
Boy, it's going to be tough. Like I said, not many people have had the answers before. I mean, Trey's their best defender. He'd have 4 inches on him at least. I don't know. I mean, I think you start. I think you maybe start with Bryce and try to. He's got the most. Drew's right up there with the most athleticism on the team, along with his brother, a little bit taller. So you also challenge him. Say, this is the type of matchup NBA scouts are going to be looking for. So if I put you up here, you got to win this battle for us. So that can kind of motivate him there. That's probably where I'd start, but I wouldn't be too quick to pull the trigger if it's not working.
Why does this basketball matchup not have the same zest and appeal of the football matchup? It's Iowa. You don't need another reason. You don't need more.
Yeah, I think there will be, and hopefully, Nebraska getting that win against Minnesota can kind of get people back in the building. It's kind of funny when there's less people there, you can hear the more vocal ones. So it kind of changes the dynamics of the building. And that was in a good way this past game, but I know you've been mentioning some of the losses. It's not in a good way. So hopefully, I still kind of feel it. Anytime Nebraska Iowa plays, it could be rowing. Whatever the matchup is, you kind of feel that extra rivalry there. I know that's the way on the Nebraska side. I hope that's the same way on the Iowa side as well.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why it didn't have the buzz. Look, the Hawkeyes will come in at 16-7. They're 500 in the Big Ten Conference. They're 12-2 at home. Not so good on the road. So maybe that's a thing you circle. They're on a 2-game win streak. I'm looking forward to it. Look, here's my thing. I want to see the continued growth of this backcourt. Verge had what would arguably be his best game. Trey coming back, putting in the work that he's putting in. Can this backcourt have success against an Iowa Hawkeyes backcourt that they're very familiar with?
I think they can. If for what it's worth, Iowa for what they do too. I mean, they're kind of mid-level in the Big Ten, around 500. All their victories outside of the one against Indiana are beating up the bottom of the Big Ten. I know Nebraska's right there too, but I think that's worth saying something. But as far as the backcourt goes, Alonzo Verge probably had his best game as a Husker. At least that's what Coach said, and certainly in the second half he did probably his best half as a Husker. Hopefully he can ride that momentum, but you never know. I mean, with Verge, sometimes he's had these games before. The next game, you kind of ride that wave with him. So I don't know if you necessarily expect it, but hopefully the whole team just kind of has that. I mean, they've had the talent. I mean, there was a reason why people were kind of excited about them. And, they certainly have their deficiencies, too, as far as rebounding and kind of bigs. And we all talked about kind of transitioning from, shooting a lot of high possession type of offense, high level or number of possessions. So, I mean, they have their deficiencies and things that will hold them back, but they have the talent to win more games than they have. And this is a beatable opponent. And there's not a whole lot out there that Nebraska can do to salvage the season. But to a degree, how about sweeping Iowa? That would probably help a little bit in the minds of Husker fans.
Bach, let's throw it a break. When I come back, you and I have not had the Super Bowl talk. Let's do that in the final segment when we come back live from the Lancaster Event Center. We'll be right back.
And now more Straight Talk from Straight Talk. The big wireless companies say they're the only way to get the best coverage.
Because they've got like a gajillion cell towers?
Something like that. But Straight Talk Wireless runs on those same towers, so you get the same great networks for up to 50% less.
I wonder if they're counting that one in Kickapoo, Kansas.
Oh boy. Switch today and get our unlimited plan for just $45 a month with 25 gigs at high speeds and no contract. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise.
Savings may vary. See straighttalk.com.
Allstate now has deeper savings, and deeper savings require deep thoughts and a deep voice, like mine. Save for being a new customer. Save more for adding DriveWise, and save even more for driving safely. Visit allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. As someone once said, saving today is money tomorrow. That's deep.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. Drive-bys is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric ensures our home and office HVAC systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
You need a place to watch the big game, but you don't want to host at your place, and you don't know what friend's house to invite yourself over to. Join 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for Bengals Rams and enjoy great food and drink, plus the chance to win great prizes. If you simply show up, you'll have a chance to win free prizes. You just have to be there when your ticket is called. What's better than great food, drinks, and prizes? Hang with us for the big game on Sunday, February 13th at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Now what do? Football is over. The weather's crappy. Man, I tell you what, it's a perfect time to go car shopping. This is Carl from Price Right Auto. Come out to Price Right in West Elk and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. With our non-commissioned sales process, we let you control the sale. We won't let you get a lemon since we back every one of our vehicles with our peace of mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. Come see a great selection of affordable used cars on West O Street at Price Right Auto.
Today on Hey Culligan, why does your team stink? Here's Coach Waters.
Hey, Culligan. Yeah, my team stinks.
Ooh, harsh.
No. I mean, they stink. They won't hit the showers because it makes their skin all dry and itchy.
Coach, it sounds like your guys have been hit hard by hard water.
You kidding me? Hard water?
Yep, so let's call an audible in the form of one Culligan Smart High Efficiency Water Softener to get the smooth back in their skin and the stink out of your team.
Okay, Culligan, I'm putting you in.
Coach, we're already on the way. Go to CulliganLincoln.com and schedule your free water test today.
I'll welcome us back in here, DP. Sorry, I couldn't find the music. Don't want to sit around with too much. Not a great intro, but we don't want too much dead air there. So we'll
we're okay. We're okay. This is how we do it. Again, live, Lancaster Event Center. We will be here until 8:00 tonight, and from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow. Before we buckle it all up and head over to Buffalo Wings and Rings. For that, we want to thank the folks from Culligan's Lincoln. For letting us, giving us the hookup and letting us be here this weekend, hanging out with them. The crowd has been phenomenal since you left. Pretty interesting to watch this thing flow through. It's been pretty busy today. I don't know if you can see behind us, but it's been pretty busy and fun. You and I have yet to talk about the Super Bowl. I've heard you talk about it. Give me the thing that you're looking forward to the most. Like what matchup do you want to see that you're leaning in on for tomorrow?
Well, I've been saying it all along. The difference that I believe is going to be the Rams' front line on defense against the offensive line of the Bengals. So it's not necessarily the best matchup, but it's the one that sometimes in this business you just want to be right, and so I want to be right. I know I'm not the only one saying it, but Aaron Donald. That front is difficult. Von Miller coming off the edge. I mean, it's a very talented group. Leonard Floyd, another one to look out for. So they're going to be attacking the. Joe Burrow got sacked more than anybody in the NFL this year, and this is not the matchup I think that they'd perfectly like to see. But it's just kind of interesting overall. Both these offenses are kind of getting all the credit. We're starting to before the game, we're talking about Matt Stafford. What does this do if he wins this game? And is Joe Burrow the next Tom Brady because he's so young and he made it to it? All that stuff. And I think maybe we're overlooking the defenses a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a lower scoring game than people are predicting.
What quarterback has a better day tomorrow?
I would say I think that Matt Stafford's going to. Again, I think that pressure. I like the Rams defense a little bit more than I like the Bengals. It's interesting because Stafford, he's got his own problems, right? He led the league in interceptions. So, I don't think this is the matchup of the two most perfect offenses or most perfect quarterbacks in the league. They're just kind of the teams that got hot and went, and made it this far. And it's kind of been a team effort at times. I think Josh Allen has probably had a more impressive postseason. He didn't even make it to the conference championship game than some of these quarterbacks. But either way, I think it's Stafford. I think Stafford has the better weapons. Kupp has been obviously phenomenal. Odell Beckham Jr. likes the limelight. I wouldn't be surprised to see him have a big game. So I think the better weapons, better matchup. I like Stafford to come through with this one.
Bach, best receiver on the field tomorrow.
I think it's Cooper Kupp. It's hard to go up against the Offensive Player of the Year. He does so much of it in the slot, across the middle. I mean, he's just all over the field. You got to look out for him. A little bit different than Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is kind of, the sidelines type of guy, but he's been very effective as well. T. Higgins will do a good job kind of underneath with them at times for the Bengals. So they have their threats there too. But I almost every matchup I kind of lean slightly toward the Rams. And maybe it's some type of feeling I have for the Bengals, which I haven't been able to kind of figure that out and place that out. There's so many ex-Huskers and ex-Husker connections there that I want to cheer for them, but I also would just be ultimately confused about the last 20 years of Nebraska football if they win. It really doesn't matter. Either way, they've made the Super Bowl. They've had their success. It's confusing to begin with.
Where do you put the excitement level for this game? 1 to 10.
I think it's new, it's fresh, so I kind of like that part of it. I've kind of been downplaying it a little bit this year or this week because I think if this is a Week 5 matchup, I don't think it gets Sunday Night Football. I don't think it's necessarily that. I was kind of looking forward to Brady Rodgers in the NFC Championship game. Of course, that didn't play out, so it's kind of it's a news story, and sometimes that can be interesting. It's the second year in a row now that there's going to be a team playing in their home stadium for the Super Bowl. So that's interesting and intriguing as well. And SoFi Stadium, my gosh, it's that a gorgeous stadium they have out there. So that's going to be fun. But I don't necessarily think that this is the most anticipated Super Bowl of all time. The Bengals fans, I was surprised to see too. I know, like I said, the game is in Los Angeles, but from what I've heard, they're not traveling as well as maybe you would hope for a franchise that has not seen a Super Bowl since the early late 80s, early 90s. Maybe it was 1990. They made the Super Bowl at 89, whatever it was.
Bach, it's fantastic that it's in L.A. It's also the reason I'm not there is that it's in L.A. Just to spend 6 hours a day in traffic to watch this game. I don't have the desire or interest. Who's your MVP?
I think Cooper Kupp ends up bringing it home. He's done everything else this year. I wouldn't be surprised again if it's somebody on defense. Sometimes we see the Dexter Jacksons of the past or guys pop up and kind of have big games. But I think among the betting favorite for the Rams would be Cooper Kupp, and that's who I'm going with.
What if it's the Bengals?
Then I think Burrow's going to have to do it. I think that if the Bengals win, Burrow's going to have to put on quite a show. He's going to get beat up. He's just going to have to stick in there, and hopefully, and he's going to need some help from his defense ultimately. But I think that he's going to more so than the Rams. That's why I like the Rams. I think that Matt Stafford can kind of get it done without being the primary key piece to winning. Burrow, I think he's got to do it. He's got to lead them to the victory if they're going to get it.
Is this must win for McVay?
No, I don't. I think the Rams they pushed all their pieces in, right? They're kind of going all in on this year. They've traded a bunch of their future draft picks, but they do have the LA factor. They have the Hollywood factor where guys seem to be interested, and it seems to be their strategy to sign guys maybe at the back end of their career for short-term stints to go out and play for the Rams. We saw that with Sue, obviously, before he went off to Tampa. I think that we're going to continue to see that. I kind of like the Lakers. Sometimes their rosters are more Hollywood than they are prepared to win the game. The Rams so far have been able to kind of keep both factors in mind.
from the Southern Hammond text line, Jay in Lincoln. What's up, guys, from the Culligan, Jay? Man, appreciate you, Jay. That's good stuff. In my head, I wanted some star factor, high-level, elite star factor. But then I had to realize that that's exactly what I'm seeing. You're seeing a generational talent in Aaron Donald. You're seeing a generational talent precursor in Von Miller. You're seeing Jalen Ramsey at the top of his game. You're seeing a great crop of receivers, veteran and rookie. You're seeing two different levels of quarterbacks playing for their own legacy, because this is a legacy moment for one of them. Think about it this way. Either Matt Stafford or Joe Burrow is going to be a Super Bowl champion tomorrow night. And I'm not sure we were going, if you asked that before the season, if anybody, literally anybody, would have put those two quarterbacks in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, not really. I like the stats I was just looking up too. I think it was like under 1% betting odds for or you know whatever the deal is, how to find out the percentages, but that the Bengals would be here. Certainly didn't expect it. I think it is going a little bit seemingly underreported or under kind of a storyline that's not there so much. And of course I'm focusing on it because it's Zach Taylor, but the fact that he was an understudy of Sean McVay, I think that's quite interesting and you know, one of many around the league, I suppose. So maybe that's why, but
Don't rub it in on me that they were both in Washington and we still didn't win. like they both were in Washington and still didn't win.
You had Kyle Shanahan there too, didn't you?
Yeah, we had Kyle. Like, hey, why can't we have nice things? That's all I want to know. Listen, Bach, we'll let you get out of here, brother. We'll close it down here. We'll jump back live tomorrow, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning here, the football show. Nori's going to be here. Brent Banks is going to be here. Jay Foreman's going to be here. Deshaun Jackson's going to be here tomorrow. Tomorrow's show, it's going to be crazy good tomorrow here at the Home and Garden Show. I'm DP. He's Bach. Appreciate y'all hanging out on a Saturday. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned or stop by and see us. Culligan's go. Hey, Culligan's Lincoln. Thank you, guys. Let me say it out loud. Appreciate you. Stop by and see him here till Sunday at 3.